Hello, my friends. Welcome back to my channel, Diamonds and Washi. My name is Katie, and if you're new here, hello, welcome. And if you're back, welcome back. Today I am here with a WIP and Chat to share with you all. WIP stands for work in progress, and Chat is fairly self-explanatory. So I'm going to be working on a diamond painting and just chatting with you all and catching up a little bit on the week. And feel free to pull out whatever crafty thing or house thing or any driving thing, anything, and work alongside me. And be sure to let me know down in the comments how you're doing and how your week has been so far. So it's Sunday evening, and I am sitting down to see if I can get this together and up for you guys by Monday morning, since that sort of turned into my day of the week that I regularly put up WIP and Chats. So as far as what I will be working on, let me just cover everything quickly. Of course, I'll be sure to link to everything below in the description if you want to check out any of these goodies or small shops for yourself. So the kit I'm working on is Treasure Quest from Diamond Art Club. This was just released this past weekend, but I was fortunate enough to receive it as my sneak peek, and I got a head start on it. I will be trying out 2 new pens this week. These were in my mail haul, my small shop haul video last week. This one is from Pen Pal over on Etsy. And this one is from Custom Diamond Painting Pens by TJ on Facebook. I have a thin metal multi-placer already in this one. I'm going to try out one of these new rose gold. We'll try the 10 placer in the Pen Pal pen. Let me see. Is this going to need the little... Oh, you know what? Those are replacements. Okay. It's a little bit... Okay, I think that'll be okay. It comes with all these, I think these are just replacements, but anyway. As far as waxes that I will be using, in my single placers, I'm going to load one with WE Wax. This is the 3.0 formula, and this is in Watermelon Lemonade. And I'll probably leave it out to smell because, oh my gosh, WE Wax smells so good. I haven't used this scent yet, but this is made by Laura over at Anxiety Art Adventures. And then I'll be using Not Your Mama's Mud in another pen, and then this scented putty from Randa's Crafty Corner is what I use in my multi-placers. As far as minders go, I have this one out. This one's from Agnes Little Minders, and I thought, well, this is a piratey diamond painting kit. This one has a seashell, and then this is brand new again from my small shop haul, and I apologize if the language seems a bit crass for you, but this is based on the show Supernatural, which I have been on such a huge kick for, and this just absolutely cracks me up. So this minder, I believe, is from Mad for Minders. I think I covered everything. Oh yeah, sometimes I get asked about this the ceramic cutting pen tool that I use for cutting the clear plastic cover. There's a tiny little pokey on the end that you don't have to press super hard. Use that to cut the plastic cover with, and you can get it from any number of diamond painting accessory shops. I think mine was a gift from a friend, and I think she got it from DP with Sparklers. I don't know if DP with Sparklers still carries them, but I will, I'll take a look and try to link to at least one shop that has it. So, how are you guys doing today? I hope you're having a really nice end to your weekend. Oh my gosh, Randa, that sweet apple smells amazing. Let me load up this metal placer. I don't know if this is going to need something else to help it stay kind of fitted in there. I do have a video, I think it's almost a year old now, about how I load my multi-placers with putty. If you're really curious. I think in that video I only showed the Quake Hold Museum putty because that was really before I feel like people were doing scented putties, but I love that Randa has them. Some people swear by glue dots. I have tried glue dots a couple of times and they're just not for me, but I feel like, am I really a diamond painter if I don't use glue dots? Because they have such a cult following, I feel like, in the community. But I think I also just really enjoy getting to support small businesses, and I really like I like scented things, even if it's not like I don't need like a strong scent, but it's a way to make it interesting, I suppose. So like I said, here it is Sunday evening. I was flying solo with the kids for part of the weekend. Adam is still helping his friend with the film project, but they shifted to a more of a night shoot schedule, and so it's been really nice because that means we've gotten some family time during the day before he has to go, and the boys really, really love that. If you're newer here, by the way, hi. My husband, he does like some screenwriting and directing. He moonlights, basically. He does have a day job. And then because so much of what the community here does is basically helping each other out, like scratch your back and I'll scratch my back and I'll scratch yours, whatever the phrase is. Basically, like they all help each other out with their projects because it's rough out here in these filmy streets, to modify the phrase that Miss Coffee frequently uses. So anyway, but we've been able to settle into a really good rhythm with that. And yesterday I got to go to brunch with my girlfriends. This was actually a belated birthday brunch. We didn't do it the weekend of my birthday because not all of the girls were available, but these are girlfriends that I've known for 10 or 11 years, like really since we moved out here. And shortly after Adam and I moved out here, we were fortunate to find a church that was a good fit for us, and pretty quickly had gotten involved in a small group of fellow young newly marrieds, and a lot of those people have continued to they've just been kind of lifelong friends, which I'm so grateful for. But anyway, so that's how I know most of these girls, and we haven't done really, like, we haven't gotten together in person, and we haven't seen each other in person in quite a while, for obvious reasons, because of Voldemort, as Steph has decided that we're calling the evil thing that's out there. Let me grab a color. Okay. But we decided to go ahead and go to a restaurant and for brunch, and it was so much fun. Adam hung out with the kiddos so that I could just go and have a morning, and I didn't feel rushed. And it wasn't even necessarily about like, let's go celebrate my birthday. It was like, let's have an excuse to just get together because, oh my gosh, I love you and I miss you. So I had the most delicious brioche French toast ever. I've said it before, I will say it again. Brunch is life. I would happily eat breakfast food for every meal of every day for the rest of my life. And it's not just the sweet breakfast foods, like a breakfast burrito with like eggs and bacon and cheese and deliciousness. Have I eaten this evening? Yes, I ate dinner. I'm like, why am I getting stuck on talking about food? And we're like, all of 5 or 10 minutes into this WIP and Chat, and I just keep wanting to think about food. We did get drinks. They didn't have, I feel like last time I was there, they had bottomless mimosas because yes, I absolutely have to fulfill every stereotype possible. Brunch, bottomless mimosas. I listened to the new Taylor Swift album over the weekend. Yes, I will happily embrace my stereotypes, and I will maintain that it is okay to love what you love unapologetically. Anyway, they didn't have those, but we're looking at their menu, which of course, like many well, yeah, no, that's not going to pick up anything if it doesn't have any wax in it. I've been placing entirely with the multi-placer, and I had a spot to put a single drill, and I'm like, why won't this pick up? Because it's a new pen, we haven't loaded it. Okay, anyway, so they've changed their menu, but we've been to this restaurant like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, and my friend Rachel's like, didn't they have a really delicious drink that had like pirate in the name and something about nuts? And I was like, I don't know, but go ahead and ask. I want to hear you explain this to the server. And sure enough, they're like, oh yeah, it has like Kahlua and something and something. And she was like, okay, I want one of those. And I was like, yeah, me too. And it was delicious. But also, I had forgotten, well, not exactly forgotten. I had not like properly taken into account that like it was really hot that day. We hit like kind of a heat wave, and like the past couple of days it's been a high of 90 degrees Fahrenheit, which is ridiculous for November. And so between the heat and like the sun and having like one drink, I just immediately like went down the road to a dehydration headache, which I am so prone to. And I'm like, for the love, one drink. And I waited and like mostly drank it with my meal. Like, this is absolutely ridiculous. So like after brunch, I'm like coming home and I'm like, Adam, I have to take some Excedrin and take a nap. I'm about to get a migraine. I'm like, this is absolutely ridiculous. But no, overall, it was such a nice time. It was so relaxing and just rejuvenating and life-giving, and all of those lovely life coach words, to get to see these friends and just to be together in person and to give hugs, because we all have that additional protection against Voldemort. And we all have kids. And most of us have kids, like at least one kid that's under the age of 5 years old. And so we've all just been really neck deep in figuring out like parenting in the past, state of the world. And a lot of us have kids that are starting elementary school, and it's just life has gotten very busy, and we want to try to make time for each other. And I'm grateful that they made a priority of it and came out to celebrate my birthday. So one of the other girls has a birthday next month, and I was like, okay, built-in excuses, like let's do brunch at least every time someone has a birthday. Let's get back to doing that. So yeah, it was a nice morning, and I came home and then got to do a little bit of family time before I needed to take a nap. And yeah, so as far as all things diamond painting goes, I was up late last night, putting together the final touches for my Drills and Chills video that went up this morning. And I've mentioned before that I procrastinate really badly. It's kind of sometimes it's related to my mental health. Sometimes it's just directly related to my struggle with depression and anxiety. And sometimes it's just like that's always how I've been. I've dug into that with my therapist actually recently, where we're really picking apart like my intense perfectionist tendencies and the ridiculous expectations that I have on myself. And she's like, yeah, you leave stuff till the last minute, because then if it doesn't meet your expectations or someone else's expectations, then you have a built-in excuse for it. And I was like, oh, okay, shots fired. I didn't ask for that this early in the morning. But also, I think she's right. At least partially. Anyway, so I had procrastinated a bit. I had pulled most of the elements together, but I still needed to actually edit them together into a video. And I thought, like, okay, great, I'm all good to go. I thought I was all squared away, and it's, not a terribly late time. And I'm like, great, now I can go to bed. I just want this to finish. I just needed to finish processing on YouTube so that I could just add a couple of other like minor things, like add the end screen and tweak the description and all that. And so I go in, I'm like, okay, it's done processing. And I go in to just add those very last touches. I'm literally like laying in bed, like, okay, now I can go to sleep. And, I open up YouTube Studio, and there's like a red mark next to the video that's like, there's a copyright claim on some of the music in this video. And that's not the same as a copyright strike. It just means that like someone has said that they own the rights to that. Usually it's music, I think. And I don't know. So I was like, what in the world? And I go in and look because it'll tell you exactly what part of the video has that claim. And it was a portion of the song that I had originally used as the background music for the slideshow of all of the finished Drills and Chills projects that had been submitted. And I had put that together just like on my MacBook, just using like the native slideshow program. And it's not the first time I've done that, like used the built-in, just the audio soundtrack, like background music options that they have. Both like just in the native slideshow option and in iMovie. And I've never run into them being under copyright. Like they're part of, I don't know what the correct term is, the public domain, or like they're like, they're copyright free. I need to go back to like my own Summer with the Masters videos and give myself a refresher on what these different terms mean. I'm like, I researched this. And my brain is just fuzzy tonight. Anyway, all this to say, I've literally never run into this before, and it is far from the first time I have used music from these programs for background music. Unfortunately, it's not really a quick and easy fix. It's a very time-consuming fix. Technically, I think I could have fixed it just straight through like YouTube Studio, but I thought it was going to be kind of messy, and so I ended up just pulling the entire video down. I had to go back, like way back in the process, and I had to fix the music that was on the slideshow, and then I had to re-edit that part into the overall video. Then I had to export that video and then upload it all over again from scratch to YouTube, wait for it to process. All in all, it added a full hour of additional work. And I don't say this to complain. Let me be clear. I say this in part just to share a little bit about like what goes into like putting up videos is often not quite as simple as you might think at first glance. And certainly different people will put different amounts of effort into, their, oh my gosh, what in the heck was that placement? Into their videos, and that's completely fine. But just, I think that my videos are really stripped down in terms of editing and what I add to them. And so, but yeah, that still added a little extra hour of work. So I was very tired this morning. Thankfully, the kiddos let us sleep in, and ultimately the video was fine. It all came together. It's up. I don't think I forgot anything major. I don't think. But yeah, it feels good to really be at the point of tying up loose ends for Drills and Chills. It feels good to have that video up. I do need to finish contacting the grand prize winners and coordinating getting their prizes to them. And yeah, then we get to call it done on Drills and Chills. So I'm still very much feeling like I just need a bit of a breather as far as events go, and certainly as far as hosting events go. There's an idea I've had in the back of my head for a really long time, an event idea that I would absolutely love to host, but it's really similar to ideas that things that other people have hosted before, so I don't know that I'll really do it, but it's one of those things that I'm like, this in general is like my biggest interest, like theme wise, and it would be so fun to host, like to put together an event surrounding that theme and like to find prizes and stuff that fit the theme. Just something that is very, very, very much in my wheelhouse, but I can't I can't even begin to think about it. And yeah, so we'll see. At the very least, nothing is happening until after the new year. And I just have so many projects and things I want to work on, and I don't know if I want to throw an event into the mix, because then that really does just take up the lion's share of my my time and my my mental margin and whatnot. Other things that have been going on. So I had a lot of fun getting an early start on this sneak peek. And I was chatting just briefly with Diamond Art Club about it, and I was like, I hope it was okay that like I did that, and they were like, actually no, we super loved it. Like that we're so glad that you did that and that you shared that. And, you know, they said we certainly wouldn't ask you to try to do that with, like, every sneak peek we send you. But they were like, no, that was great. And then I was thinking and chatting a bit with a friend, and she said the same thing that I did, which she said the same thing that I had thought when I was talking with Diamond Art Club about this, where I was like, it would be so fun to do that, but I would just perpetually be starting kits. And it would stress me the heck out. Like, I can't do that to myself. I would burn out so hard, so fast. But every once in a while, like, and really everything has to work out. Like, it has to be the perfect storm, the perfect combination of factors. Like, the sneak peek has to have gotten to me early, because sometimes sneak peeks will get delayed, or they haven't actually come into the warehouse sometimes until like the Monday of that week, and sometimes I might not get my sneak peek until like a Thursday, and I immediately want to film that video so it can go up on Friday, and so on and so forth. So it has to have been a kit that has come in early enough that I can actually kit it up and spend a little bit of time on it. It has to be a kit that I am in the mood to work on at that moment, because I don't know. I've said before that I don't like being put in a box, and sometimes I just want to be able to follow my nose and do the kit that's speaking to me. And I feel like as soon as I start approaching it like I have to do this kit, then my brain is just not going to be interested. So yes, it has to be a kit that I'm actually interested in working on at the moment, and ideally I wouldn't have any other kits going, like that the timing would be right, that I'd be wrapping up another kit and could dive into that one, because I am very much enjoying, like I say all the darn time, very much enjoying having just one kit going and the momentum that I can get from that. This was kind of fun. As of like the Drills and Chills video that I had put up yesterday, I reached the end of my first notebook. And by that I mean I have a notebook that I started using at the beginning of the year. Well, here, I've got it right here because I thought I would show you guys. So this is a notebook I picked up just like at the dollar spot from Target. I think it was $3. It's not the $1 spot anymore. But I picked this up back in, well, I think January or February, and then started writing notes in it for everything related to YouTube. Like, yeah, here's my post review of that first Josephine Wall kit that I did. Some WIP and Chats. Like, I just write talking points and like a month in review video. And so I reached the end of this. There's a couple of blank pages randomly here and there, but like I reached the end of this notebook yesterday with doing everything for Drills and Chills. So it's interesting. It's fascinating to me to sort of reflect back and to look back and see what were the notes that I took for my June 13th WIP and Chat, and just to kind of have that snapshot of sort of where I was at with, you know, my videos and stuff back then. And oh, look, here's a Micah page. Anyway, so I have a new notebook that actually I picked up when I was at Michael's the other day. Rather, my mom picked it up for me as a birthday gift, but I haven't taken off the packaging. But it's a happy planner, but it's a notes one. Follow your heart. But it's Disney themed, and it's like cute Disney themed. So there's my notes for today's WIP and Chat. But yeah, I kind of thought it would be fun to kind of keep this sort of thing going. And it's fun to look back on. I don't take notes for every video that I'm going to do, but things that I feel like I need, that I just want to have some things written down so that I have something easy to reference, I do that. But yeah, it was kind of fun to go, oh, here's almost a year's worth of diamond painting channel notes. So that'll be lots of fun to flip through again later. I am getting excited for the next couple of weeks and seeing what companies have in store for Black Friday. I just got to pick out some kits from Diamond Art Club's set of some of the kits they have coming for Black Friday, and no spoilers here, but I'm excited, you guys. I'm also excited. No, I don't have any other inside scoop. I don't know the exact number of kits. I don't know what the sale is going to be. They're leaving, is there something on here? Under here? They're leaving me in suspense too. Wow, okay, I don't know what that is, but fleck of rice or something. But I am very excited, and I really like that they're doing these early Black Friday sales on kits leading up to Black Friday itself. I saw someone, was it Steph? Jacqueline? Someone was saying that they think that maybe they're doing that some companies are starting these Black Friday sales a little bit early because they're anticipating delays with shipping for the holidays. And so I think people are just trying to get ahead of it maybe. Other fun things. Today, earlier this afternoon, I was late because YouTube didn't send me a notification. What the heck? I got to hang out in Randy, who is You Can Call Me Butter, and Shay over at Crafting with Shay. They did a live together. They were together in person, and they had a guest. Shoot, what was her name? Sandy, Shawnee, I'm so sorry, but they had another gal that they were chatting with, and it was a lot of fun. And before, I should have done this at the beginning, Randy, You Can Call Me Butter, she is getting so close to 1,000 subscribers. Please go and check her out. I adore her. I think her content is great, and I'd love to see her get to 1,000 subscribers. So like I said, her channel name is You Can Call Me Butter. I'm going to link directly to her channel below. Go and check her out, and yes, show her some love. help her get to 1,000 subscribers. It's interesting. I feel like when it comes to milestones overall, a lot of creators, 1,000 subscribers is what they'll have in their minds. And I mean, I did too, as like kind of an overall like long-term goal and like a milestone that they really want to hit. And I don't think that's a bad thing, but I do think it's important to not like let that be what defines you, and that to be like your only reason for being as a creator. But it's still okay, I think, to have goals, and it is a really wonderful milestone to hit, to be able to say like, okay, I've hit 1,000 subscribers. So like I said, I always say, and I'm so guilty of this myself, honestly. I just always say, don't let hitting milestones, don't get caught up in the numbers game. It's just like, don't get caught up on the number of likes you get on Facebook. It's the same concept on YouTube, but anyway, other things that have been going on, as far as the kids go. Micah, he had such a sweet moment the other day, and that was just this past week, so I wouldn't have been able to mention it in my WIP and Chat unless I have my weeks mixed up. But Micah, he's 3.5, and we strongly suspect that he is autistic, but we don't have a formal diagnosis. He showed several red flags, or just several markers for it when they did his assessments for services through the school district. And he doesn't need a formal diagnosis to get those services, and we just haven't quite pursued it yet. That's on our radar to do, especially as things start getting a little bit more open and it's a little bit safer, and we feel like they can actually do a good assessment, where, I don't know, like a socially distanced assessment, I feel like doesn't work super well when you're assessing for something like autism. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. All this to say that Micah has definitely struggled with not only his speech, but just generally with having like good social skills. And that's something they work on a lot in his preschool program at the school. But here was the really fun part. And this, again, it might sound like a really small thing, but if you happen to be a parent or just have a loved one that has special needs, has divergencies, or if you have them yourself, you probably can appreciate how small things like this are victories and fun things to celebrate. But anyway, so we were standing outside. I was standing outside with Michael. We were waiting for the bus to pick him up for school, which he loves riding the bus. But we were waiting, and one of our neighbors was walking by, not too far away. They were walking their dog, and close enough that it was completely socially appropriate to say hello. And so I was all getting ready to like say good morning and just to, be polite. We're standing there walking close by. They're walking close by us, but completely unprompted. The neighbor hadn't even said anything. They were just walking. They had gotten a little bit closer. And Micah just looks at them and goes, "Hi." And my heart absolutely melted because Micah hasn't ever initiated a social interaction and greeting like that before. And I thought, oh my gosh, this is really wonderful to see. And it's not that I ever want to, I don't know how to put this. There's a fine line between wanting your kiddo to develop social skills so that they can have an easier time navigating a world that's not really built for them. There's a fine line between that and trying to mold them into someone that they're not, and I'm keenly aware of that. But I think in this case, I don't think this is forcing him to be something that he's not or do something that is uncomfortable for him. He was just happy as could be saying hi. And like I said, I know that for many of you, you're probably like, yeah, my kid did that when they were 2 or 1 or whatever. But that's not something that we've had with Micah. And it just, I'm grateful for moments like that I can stop and recognize and be grateful for. And, I got to come inside, and my mom was still in town when this had happened. And maybe I did tell you guys about this, because if it was when my mom was in town, I am so sorry if I have already told this story. Oh man, I have to go back and listen to my last WIP and Chat because I don't even remember. But it was fun to come in and tell Adam and my mom about that and just be like, look, guess what Micah did? I'm literally going back to look at my WIP and Chat notes from before. No, I don't think I did. Maybe my mom wasn't home. Maybe I called her and told her about it. Someday, maybe I will have a better memory again. All right, I'm going to show this other pen some love, but let me not forget to put wax in it. I've had what feels like just a really fuzzy brain week. To be honest with you guys, this past week has kind of kicked my butt as far as mental health struggles go, and I don't entirely know why that is. I'm used to a little bit of a letdown after we have family in town and then things quiet down, but this has been a bit more than that, has gone on for a little bit longer than I would have expected it to. I think some of it can be hormonal. Like I've noticed, at a certain part in my cycle, it's not PMS actually, but I feel like my anxiety tends to spike. But this has just been a little more rough than usual. It's a lot of like the negative self-talk. And even though like I'll try to redirect it really quickly, it's still having that like initial, that knee-jerk response. And it's something that, yes, I'm absolutely talking with my therapist about in weekly therapy. And, we're working on it, but it's still like, it stinks when it feels like there's just this constant initial reaction, like where anytime that I let someone down or don't meet like the expectations that either I've placed on myself or feel like someone else has of me, or when I forget something or mess something up, just my brain's immediate response to that is like, wow, okay, you're a failure. And lots of other just like really awful, like negative self-talk kinds of things. And it's something that I have dealt with before, like struggled with before, but I'm not entirely sure why it has kicked in so badly this past week in particular. So, and I have been also just struggling with feeling a little bit like I'm on the verge of a panic attack for no discernible reason, like without any particular trigger that I can identify, but it sucks. So I will probably really try to like talk to my doctor soon and see like, and I know I've talked about this before, but just see like, should we look at doing a medication change? Like for real this time though. See if something might be a little bit more effective in targeting this. But yeah, there's been a lot of like fatigue as well. I really don't think that the time change helped. I don't understand why fallback has left me just so utterly exhausted. I'm used to spring forward being the difficult time change. No, fallback has totally wiped me out. But I think that some of the additional fatigue with that is just probably depression related. But at least I feel like, okay, I'm aware of it. This is something I can talk with my therapist about in lots more detail. I can talk with my doctor about, and it gives me so much empathy for others that are struggling as well. And I say it often, and I mean it every single time, that this is a space that I want to be safe and inclusive if you're someone that struggles with your mental health. And so I do want to take a moment just to do a little just little check-in from me to you as far as how you're feeling mentally. I know lots of us do this craft because it helps us regulate our anxiety, depression, other mental health struggles. And so I think lots of us share this common ground. And so often as we're going about our day, it's easy enough for someone to just ask like, hey, how's it going? And the response just be like, I'm fine, it's good. I'm tired, but mostly a blow off answer. And so you don't have to blow me off, but I'd love to hear just how are you really feeling? How is life? How are you doing with just your day-to-day and your mental health? If you're in a place where you feel like you're unsure if you want to seek out extra support and help, and you feel like you're just needing that little nudge, let this be your little nudge. It is okay to seek out professional help. It doesn't mean that you're broken. It doesn't mean that you're a failure. It doesn't mean that you aren't capable at all. It's sometimes we just need some extra help. If you have diabetes, you go to the doctor to get help. You aren't expected to just figure it out all on your own and just like willpower it away. It's the same thing when it comes to your mental health. You aren't supposed to have to try to figure it out on your own. So let me know how you're feeling. Let me know how you're doing. If this is just, that opportunity to have someone ask you, like, how are you doing? And, like, you can be real in how you answer. I can be that for you. So I'm hoping that this week is brighter for all of us in that sense. I hope that it cools off here because I feel so much better when it's not hot outside. I don't like sweating. I don't like the way that heat triggers my headaches. I joke and say, like, I could never be, like, I'll never be the subject of a true crime channel or video because I don't like heavy lifting. I don't like sweating. Things like that give me headaches. Like, no, I'm not cut out for that serial killer life. I feel like I'm the odd one in that I don't listen to like true crime documentaries or podcasts or what have you. I don't know what it is. I'm a lot more sensitive in general having kids now, like the kinds of things that I can stomach without them just being like upsetting and having like a visceral reaction to them. I swear I'm not being dramatic on purpose. But I can't do it. I joked about how like I feel like the scariest movie that I ever saw growing up was The Sixth Sense, and it terrified me as a child, like completely terrified me as a child. But I never did scary movies. I still don't do scary movies or horror or anything. And there's something about like true crime being real life that I'm just like, nope. I don't need that in my head. I don't need it. But I always feel like, man, everyone's talking about the latest, true crime channel or whatnot. But I will stick to my crafting channels and my comfort food TV shows, especially when I'm diamond painting. Just want to relax and unwind. So things coming up this week. I think the Diamond Art Club is sending me a sneak peek to share. And I'd like to finish up, I'd like to put up the post review for my diamond painting Deutschland Spirit of Flight. I had a very interesting comment on my Diamond Art Club Spirit of Flight post review that I put up last week, where someone said that the video seemed like a commercial for Diamond Art Club, and they hoped that I gave equally as, what was the phrasing? I don't even remember. Like that I was, equally as generous or something like that with the Diamond Painting Deutschland post review. And I immediately was like, I am so confused. Like, did you watch this video? Because I actually listed several things in that video that I was like, even one of them, I was like, Diamond Art Club got this color wrong and they need to fix it. That video is not all like unicorns and rainbows at all. It was not like Diamond Art Club is the best and they don't make mistakes. No, they make mistakes. I'm very transparent when I think that they make mistakes. And I get a little fired up whenever my integrity is called into question. It's one of the reasons I was really hesitant to ever take on any affiliate sorts of relationships, because people will just inherently make assumptions about you and your opinions if you are an affiliate for a company. I think because there are so many affiliates out there for companies that won't tell the truth any longer, or be completely transparent. But that has always been, and I hope that, like, if you've watched my unboxings, if you've watched my post reviews, any company that I'm affiliate for, you will not only hear the good. You'll often hear a lot of good because I don't choose to affiliate with companies unless I really feel good about standing behind their product. But I don't choose to be an affiliate for companies until I have purchased myself and worked on, ideally, multiple kits from them. And that was certainly the case with both Diamond Shop and Diamond Art Club. I think Craftably I didn't become an affiliate. I think I had just finished one kit, but I was so blown away by it that when they asked, I was like, okay. But that's it for me as far as affiliate relationships go. So I was very taken aback to see this person's comment, and I just was like, did you watch the video? Because if you did, you wouldn't be saying this. And they never responded, which, I don't know. I'm torn. Some days I feel like engaging with negative comments and trolls, and some days I just delete and move on. Yeah, it was not this day. I was not having it this past week. She got me on the wrong day. I was not in the mood. But I was perfectly polite and perfectly calm, and I asked, what do you mean? Why does this seem like a Diamond Art Club commercial? Can you please tell me more? I want to know. Because here's the thing, if I am sharing my thoughts on something and you feel like I am looking at it with rose-colored lenses, if you feel like I'm overlooking things that should be a big deal, if you feel like I am not being honest and authentic, I want you to call me out. And you are always welcome to do so whether it's publicly in comments, or if you would rather do so privately, you can absolutely send me an email. I get it. Like, as a consumer, like as a customer for many of these products, I very, very highly value authentic and what I feel like are accurate and honest reviews of things that I can see before I choose whether or not to spend my money on it. So know that my inbox is always open. The comments are always open. If you are concerned, if you see something that makes you go, Katie, I think that you're not looking at this with a totally clear perspective, that is completely possible. I am not perfect. I am sure I will make mistakes like that. I ask that you would just let me know in a kind manner, like in a way that like we give each other the benefit of the doubt. Like, I assume that you're not trying to attack me, and you assume that I didn't deliberately set out to be deceptive or misleading. Anyway, like I said, I get fired up about this kind of thing. It's been a while since I've ranted a bit about it, and I'm sorry if that wasn't quite your cup of tea, but I guess I had feelings. Anyway, so yes, I have those kinds of things coming this week. I need to do another small shop haul because I have more goodies to share with all of you. And Christmas is coming, and so I'm hoping to get some Christmas shopping done, but I'll also probably have to go on a little bit of a no-buy for stuff for myself again. But I did knock out a little bit of Christmas shopping in the past week or two. I got really lucky. I was just casually browsing through Home Goods, and they had these really, really adorable little mini baking sets. And it was like this little mini loaf pan and a little mini like springboard cake pan, and was it a cookie cutter? Oh, it was a little mini rolling pin. Super cute. It was $7.99 for each of these little sets, and so I picked up 2 to be teacher gifts for Connor's and Micah's teachers, because I thought, this is, it's not a mug, it's not pencils, like hopefully it's something that they might use. And I'll get something like a Starbucks gift card or a Target gift card to stick in there as well. But I like to like give both something that's like a physical gift and then also something that's like everyone needs something from Target or from Starbucks. So here is something that I hope that you like, and here's something that I know you'll like. Teachers are amazing, and I want to show lots of love to them, well, year round, but like especially Christmas. So I thought, okay, $8 each. This is a pretty solid like base Christmas gift for teachers. I also found a couple of things for the kids, and I actually found a couple of things like before November 1st. I don't know if I've ever purchased any Christmas gifts before November 1st before. I'm usually one that like does a lot over like Black Friday weekend, and then in the week or two after Black Friday, I try to knock everything out so that it's done. But yeah, I found a couple of things for the kids. And I do need to find a street sweeper toy. That's the one thing that Connor like is really asking for a lot. Adam and I need to decide if that's going to be a Santa gift or a mommy and daddy gift. I know lots of people have varying thoughts on Santa and whether or not you do or have done Santa with your kids, or if you grew up with or without Santa. More power to you. I am not telling you at all what to do. We do Santa with our kids. My initial thought was like maybe Santa will just do the stockings, because I've seen some people share about like please don't have Santa be the one that gives your kids like the big like spendy gifts, because then other kids might wonder like, oh, why didn't Santa bring me something like that? I mean, I think there's only so much you can do. But anyway, I kind of thought, do we just want to have stockings be from Santa and then mom and dad do the other gifts? And I really want to keep it minimal on gifts this year anyway, because the kids have so many toys. And we're working really, really hard to teach Connor in particular about gratitude. That's something he's struggling with a lot lately. Like, the whining is just, it's like nails on a chalkboard to me. But I had to take the kiddos to Target today, and as I'm getting them out of the car, Connor was like, Mommy, I have a question. I said, okay. He's like, can I just get one last toy? This is his new thing. Whenever we go to a store that has toys like Target, he's still asking like, can we get a toy? And I'm okay with like the occasional spontaneous, like, sure, let's live a little and get a toy. But no, if I take him to Target once a week, he doesn't get to get a toy every week. That's not how this works. One, he has so many toys. Guess where the toy is that he picked out? Like the one time I let them pick out a toy, the first weekend that Adam was gone for filming in October. It's in the pile with all the other toys. It's in one of those toy baskets. I'm like, no, we're not getting toys every time. That's not how this works. So we're working on teaching about gratitude and not always trying to think about like getting the next thing. And so part of me feels like, is that just going to, like, are we just going to completely negate everything that we've said if we do too much at Christmas? So I want to keep it minimal. I'd love to find some experiences that we can get for them instead. If the Disney annual pass or magic key, whatever they're calling it now, situation wasn't such a dumpster fire, I would look into like getting Disney passes again, but I don't see that happening this year. We have a huge stockpile of like Disney gift cards and whatnot that especially we'd been given 2 years ago for Christmas in anticipation of renewing our passes over the summer of 2020. Guess what? Disneyland was closed for a year. We did not renew our passes in the summer of 2020, and when they reopened, they had a whole new program, and it's just, everything that I see people say about it is, it's largely negative. So I'm like, we're just going to wait out those growing pains. So I don't think that'll be happening this year, but there's a close by aquarium, there are close by zoos, and as the kids are getting older, more possibilities will open up, I think. But as I mention often, Micah is such a flight risk. Once he is not constantly trying to sprint away from me, giggling like it's just the best thing ever, then we'll look into taking him into places like the zoo and whatnot. So anyway, my friends, I have been chatting your ear off for some time, and yeah, looks like we're getting pretty darn close to that hour mark, so I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys go. Let me see here at the end of this WIP and Chat. If you made it all the way to the end, let's do is there a coffee or a tea emoji? Because this pen makes me think of like a caramel coffee, and this is like how I take my coffee, which is lots of cream, and would you like some coffee with your creamer? Anyway, I really like this pen a lot. So yeah, if you made it all the way to the end, leave a coffee or a tea or a drink emoji, whatever you were drinking while we chatted, I suppose, and let me know how you're feeling and how you're doing. I'll be thinking of you this week and sending lots of warm thoughts your way. And feel free to let me know what you were working on as well while we chatted. But all right, friends, thanks for hanging out with me. If you enjoyed this little WIP and Chat, please give the video a thumbs up before you head out. And if you're not already subscribed, but you made it all the way to the end of this video, you might like it here. You probably will. Feel free to hit the subscribe button and the bell to be notified when I share new videos. Anyway, my friends, I hope you have a really wonderful week, and lots of videos coming your way, so keep an eye out for those. All right, I'll talk to you in the next one, friends. Bye.